Hello, my dear students. How are you? Welcome to the beautiful channel पढ़ाई का कवच. Welcome, my dear students. Sorry for the slight interruption in between the lecture. We are discussing about the unit number 10, reaching the age of adolescence. In this particular chapter, we have discussed about the so many topics like the adolescence and the puberty, different puberty and the adolescence phase age period in the girls and the boys. After that, the changes that occur at the puberty level, in which the increase in height, changes in body shape, voice change, as well as the development of sex organs, reaching mental and intellectual as well as the emotional maturity, parallelly increase the activity of the sweat and sebaceous glands is there. After that, what are the secondary sexual character inside the human being specifically? What are the endocrine glands, the hormones that is secreted from the endocrine glands, and how it will helpful to the human being in the reproduction process. After that, the role of hormone in the initiating reproductive function, reproductive phase of life in humans, and how is the sex of the baby determined, whether he is a boy or she is a girl. And then hormones other than the sex hormones, in which we have discussed about the insulin and the thyroxine hormone, which is the responsible hormone for the disease diabetes and the thyroid. So this is all about the previous lecture. Today we are going to discuss and start the topic, role of hormones in completing the life history of insects and frogs. I think this topic was already discussed, and this topic is remaining as per my thinking, reproductive health. So let us start this topic without wasting our time. The physical and mental well-being of an individual is regarded as an individual's health. To keep the body healthy, every human being at any age needs to have a balanced diet. So in order to have a good health, we need a balanced diet, student, as we know. The many of the nutritional sources are available like cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetable, dry fruits, as well as the fats. Okay. The person must also observe personal hygiene and undertake adequate physical exercise. During adolescence, however, this becomes ever more essential as the body is growing. So during the adolescence period, the person or the individual may require a good amount of nutrition so that he or she can develop their body in a very good way, in a proper way. Nutritional needs of the adolescents. Adolescence is a stage of rapid growth and development. Hence, the diet for an adolescent has to be carefully planned. What is the meaning of balanced diet? Let us start exploring it. Balanced diet means the meals including proteins, carbs, fats, and vitamins in requisite proportion. Our Indian meal generally includes roti, rice, dal, and vegetables is a balanced meal. Inside the Indian meal, majorly the roti and rice dal and bhat, which we popularly say, and vegetables are included. Milk is a balanced food in itself. Generally, milk is called as the complete food, okay, which gives all the nutrition required inside the human body. Fruits also provide nourishment. For infants, mother's milk provides all the nourishment that they need. यानी कि नवजात शिशु जो होते हैं वो जो माँ का दूध पीते हैं उसके अंदर सभी नरिशमेंट और न्यूट्रिशन उनको मिलते हैं. Iron builds blood and iron rich food such as leafy vegetables, jaggery, meat, citrus, Indian gooseberry, आंवला are good for adolescents. जो भी विकसित हो रहे हैं लोग जिसकी एज नियर अबाउट 12 से लेके 18 साल तक है, they require iron rich food such as the leafy vegetables, पत्तों के आधारित जो वेजिटेबल्स है, सब्जियां है, जैगरी यानी कि गुड़, मीट यानी कि मटन, इंडियन गूसबेरी आंवला, ये सारे जो है इट इज़ एसेंशियल रिक्वायर्ड वेजिटेबल्स एज वेल एज द नॉन वेजिटेरियन प्रोडक्ट्स. Check items for lunch and dinner in your meal. Is the meal balanced and nutritious? Does it include cereals which give energy and milk, meat, nuts and pulses which provide protein for the growth? Also, does it include fats and sugar that give energy? What about fruits and vegetables which are protective foods? Chips and packed or tinned snacks, though very tasty, should never replace regular meals as they do not have adequate nutritional value. कंपल्सरीली यहाँ पे कहा गया है कि जो भी आप डाइट यानी कि खाना ले रहे हो वो बैलेंस डाइट है क्या, उसके अंदर क्या क्या चीज़ें शामिल होनी चाहिए चेक करिएगा कभी कभी बार. सबसे पहले तो आपका बैलेंस डाइट है कि नहीं वो चेक करने के लिए क्या चेक करना पड़ेगा कि उसके अंदर सीरियल्स यानी कि धान्य, गेहूँ, चावल, बाजरा, ज्वार, ये सारी चीज़ें हैं या नहीं कि जो एनर्जी देते हैं. बाद में है मिल्क, दूध, मटन, नट्स, पल्सेस, ये सारी चीज़ें हैं कि जो प्रोटीन देते हैं कि जिसकी वजह से विकास होता है. क्या आपका खाना जो है उसके अंदर फैट्स और शुगर है कि जो एनर्जी देते हैं, और क्या फ्रूट्स और वेजिटेबल्स है कि जो प्रोटेक्टिव फूड्स है. तो ये सारी चीज़ों की मदद से एक बैलेंस्ड डाइट बनता है. और जो चिप्स आती है और पैकिंग के अंदर स्नैक्स आते हैं, हालांकि बड़े टेस्टी होते हैं, लेकिन इसका जो है रिप्लेसमेंट हमारा मील नहीं होना चाहिए क्योंकि उसमें से हमें एडेक्वेट न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू मिलती नहीं है. Next is personal hygiene. Everyone should have a bath at least once every day. It is more necessary for teenagers because the increased activity of sweat glands sometimes makes the body smelly. All parts of the body should be washed and cleaned every day. So the matter of personal hygiene is very critical thing inside the adolescent because of the sweat glands. It works very speedily, so the body is starting sweating frequently, so they need to be clean their body once every day and cleaned and wash their every body parts. If cleanliness is not maintained, there are chances of catching bacterial infection. Girls should take special care of cleanliness during the time of menstrual flow. They should keep track of their menstrual cycle and be prepared for the onset of menstruation. Use sanitary napkin or clean homemade pads. Change pads after every 4 to 5 hours as per the requirement. So student, please keep track on the menstrual cycle, especially the girls who is on set of their menstrual cycle. Be prepared for this and use the sanitary napkin, which is a very good care for the personal hygiene. And you should use the clean homemade pads and change the pads after every 4 to 5 hours as per the requirement. So this is the essential thing for the maintenance of our personal hygiene, especially in the girls. They should take care of their body while in the menstrual cycle. So after that, let us talk about the physical exercise portion, which is a essential thing for every girls and boys, both of them. Walking and playing in fresh air keeps the body fit and healthy. All young boys and girls should take walks, exercise, and play outdoor games. So, as a part of our routine, first thing that should be maintained is a personal hygiene, and second thing is the physical exercise that we should keep in our daily schedule because it makes ourselves very fit and healthy. So, each and every young boys and girls should take care of their physical exercise schedule also. Now, let us talk about the myths, taboos, and do's and don'ts. कौन सी जगह कौन सी चीज़ें जो है वो बिल्कुल गलत है, बीजलेस चीज़ें हैं कि जो वैसे ही मिथ्स जिसे कहा जाता है, अंधश्रद्धा भी कहा जाता है. चलिए डिस्कस करते हैं इसके बारे में. यू हैव लर्नड हियर एंड फ्रॉम चैप्टर 9 the scientific facts related to the human reproduction. There are many wrong notations which you should now be able to discard as a informed adolescents. अब हमारी एज स्टूडेंट ऐसी है कि जिसमें हम क्या सही क्या गलत उसका साइंटिफिक तौर पे रीज़न निकाल सकते हैं और उसे तय कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, देर आर मिथ्स एंड टेबूज रिगार्डिंग बॉडीली चेंजेस दैट adolescents experience. Some of these are given below and you can now argue why these are myths and not facts. First is a girl become pregnant if she looks at boys during menstruation. This is also one kind of myth. By just looking at some boys, the girls become pregnant. It is a very useless, the idiot kind of thinking. Okay, so this is a kind of myth. Second is the mother is responsible for the sex of her child. So whether she is a girl or he is a boy, it is not decided by the mother chromosome, but the father chromosome decides whether the upcoming baby will be a girl child or a boy child. Okay. Third, a girl should not be allowed to work in the kitchen during the menstruation. In major of the Indian family, still this issue is there that during the menstrual cycle, the girls or the women are not allowed inside the kitchen to enter because they think that the girls are not particularly clean and साफ सुथरे जो है वो स्वच्छता के हिसाब से वो नहीं चलती. ऐसी सारी कुछ ना कुछ मिथ्स हैं उसके पीछे और उसके कारण ही उनको जो है किचन के अंदर एंटर करने के लिए नहीं दिया जाता. सो दिस आर द मिथ्स. सो एट एन रिस्पॉन्सिव एज ए responsible adolescents, we need to discard this kind of myths according to our scientific knowledge. Now let us focus on this activity, which is 10.6, in which we need to collect the data on the number of children in your classes who exercise regularly and who do not exercise regularly. हमें ऐसा करना है कि जितने भी क्लास मेंबर्स हैं हमारे क्लास के अंदर, उसमें से कितने लोग एक्सरसाइज रेगुलर करते हैं और कितने लोग नहीं करते, उसका एक डेटा कलेक्ट करना है. डिड वी नोटिस एनी डिफरेंस इन देयर फिटनेस एंड हेल्थ? प्रिपेयर अ रिपोर्ट ऑन द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ रेगुलर एक्सरसाइज. रेगुलर जो व्यायाम है उसको करने से क्या फ़ायदे होते हैं और उससे किस तरीके से हमारा स्वास्थ्य सुधर सकता है, उसके ऊपर एक रिपोर्ट बनाना है. सो मेक अ रिपोर्ट ऑन दिस एज अ पार्ट ऑफ एक्टिविटी. उसके बाद है से नो टू ड्रग्स. Adolescence is a period of much activity in the body and mind, which is a normal part of growing up. So do not feel confused or insecure. If anybody suggests that you will get relief if you take some drugs, just say no unless prescribed by the doctor. So adolescence is the age students in which the many kind of psychological and the physical changes occurs at this age. So please do not confuse or feel insecure if you have this kind of confusion or the situation in which you feel that I am unsecure and I am not in condition to tell this thing to anyone else. So please do not feel this kind of situation. Feel free to say or feel free to discuss whether from your mother or from your father. Discuss with them. They will solve all your doubts, all your confusions, and make yourself relax in this kind of situation. If anyone says you that use or take some drugs, just say no unless prescribed by the doctor. If the doctor is not prescribing you the specific drug, then say no to this kind of drugs. Drugs are addictive, means उसकी आदत पड़ जाती है बाद में. If you take them once, you feel like taking them again and again and again. The journey continues. So, starting initially from the starting, do not take any kind of drugs because it makes you very addictive. You feel to like it taking again and again. They harm the body in the long run. They ruin health and happiness both. You must have heard about the AIDS which is caused by a dangerous virus, HIV. This virus can pass on to a normal person from an infected person by sharing the syringes used for injecting drugs. So this is a very dangerous virus or disease which cause the deadly disease like AIDS. It can also be transmitted to an infant from the infected mother through her milk. The virus can also be transmitted through sexual contact with a person infected with HIV. So these are the possible cause and reason. First is a infected syringes. Second is a infant who is feeding a milk from her mother, and third is a sexual contact between the person who is also infected with HIV. So these are the three ways through which a person got infected with the HIV virus. After that, the adolescent pregnancy. Let us talk about this topic. This is very important in the science. Let us start. You might be knowing that in our country, the legal age for marriage is 18 years for girls and 21 years for boys. Nowadays, this age is reformed because many of the social organization refuse or social organization telling government that the girls age should be more for marriage of because this age was decided since very old time, and nowadays the reform should be very required in order to sustain the girls class in a good period. This is because teenage mothers are not prepared mentally or physically for motherhood. इसका कारण ये है कि टीनेज जो मदर्स है यानी कि 18 साल के नीचे की उम्र की जो बालिकाएं हैं, गर्ल्स हैं, वो अभी प्रेगनेंसी के लिए तैयार नहीं होती, मेंटली और फिजिकली दोनों तरीके से. अर्ली मैरिज एंड मदरहुड कॉज हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स इन द मदर एंड द चाइल्ड. जल्दी शादियां करवा देना लड़कियों की और फिर उनको माता बनना उनका, ये काफ़ी नुकसानदेह है उनके स्वास्थ्य के लिए और उनके बच्चों के स्वास्थ्य के लिए. It also curtails employment opportunities for the young women and may cause mental agony as she is not ready for responsibilities of motherhood. अब earlier stages in the earlier stages if the teenagers got pregnant, then curtail मतलब जो उनकी अपॉर्चुनिटी है, जो उनके पास तक है अभी चांसेस है रोजगार के, उससे वो परे रहता है क्योंकि ड्यूरिंग द प्रेगनेंसी दे आर पासिंग फ्रॉम द वेरी क्रूशियल पीरियड इनसाइड द प्रेगनेंसी. सो दिस थिंग इज नॉट गुड फॉर द टीनेजर्स. ओके, इट कर्टेल द एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज. कर्टेल मतलब रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर देते हैं, कम कर देते हैं अपॉर्चुनिटीज को यंग वुमेन के लिए. और इस एज के अंदर जो है लड़कियां प्रेगनेंसी के लिए जनरली तैयार भी नहीं होती. सो This thing is very bad for the teenager girls because they are not mentally prepared and for the responsibilities of motherhood. So this thing should be prevented inside the girls to to be early, very early pregnant in a teenage. So this is not good for the girls. Okay. So this is all about this chapter, students. We will discuss the exercise portion in next lecture. Okay. तब तक मिलता है. Stay blessed, stay happy, stay safe at your home. Thank you.